So I think the APC is going to destroy itself, because in my language, it is said that the house that a vulture builds on top of a hill is the vulture that will end up destroying it. And this is true in the case of the PDP. After 16 years of dominance, of monopoly, it was within the PDP that the destruction started. And I can tell you with some level of certainty that the APC is going to destroy itself. And it won't be the handwork of opposition parties alone. It will basically come from within the party. Now, this is a news publication on Punch newspaper. Primary elections, APC consensus push faces resistance in states. And this attests to what I've been saying, including in some of my last posts, where I talked about the possibility of the APC running into crisis, especially with the wave of defection, with party loyalists who expect that they will get recognition and be rewarded for their commitment to the organization. Now, the All Progressive Congress is facing growing internal tension. You see it, internal tension across several states, as its consensus arrangement ahead of the 2027 general elections continue to generate resistance. Of course, not everybody wants consensus, because it may not favor those who are having interest and who want to hold certain leadership position. Of course, competing interest, political realignment within the party structure, and co. Now, let's look at it. Findings by the Punch shows that in some states, including Katsina, Borno, Jigawa, party stakeholders have adopted the consensus option as a strategy to reduce intra-party conflict and promote unity ahead of the elections. But the truth is, given that politics is based on self-interest, self-ambition, and competing priorities, it will be difficult for consensus to create the much-needed peace as is expected within the APC. So that obviously is not going to work. Now, however, as gathered by our correspondent, that's Punch newspaper correspondent, in some states such as Ondo, Benue, Oyo, and others, the party is heading for competitive primaries across key constituencies as aspirants insist on open contest to determine their candidate. And if you ask me, this is what it's supposed to be, right? Open contest. Let people compete. Let them go through the process, and then let the true winner emerge, rather than a group of persons sitting together and determining who is going to be the consensus candidate and co. Now, I'm not a member of the APC. I'm not interested in what goes on in the APC. Neither am I a member of any political party. But however, I look at the strategy behind the decisions that is taking and to see whether it makes sense or not. And for me, consensus candidate does not work. A democratic system must have some element of competition. And that element of competition is not what you achieve when you subscribe to consensus candidate and likes. So let's keep on monitoring the development and see how far the APC goes. But it's a warning, it's a strategic and analytical warning for the APC, that they need to be careful to manage their win. Because just like the APC, the PDP got 16 years. The APC is gradually making 16 years. And so at that verge of hitting the 16-year benchmark, their decision and action and inaction will play a lot in determining the future of the party. But I think the NDC, the ADC, and other political parties will be laughing at this, because they also want to see the PDP in crisis and see how they can leverage on those opportunities to maintain a lead. All right, let's keep up with development, and I'll keep you posted.